Okay, so we're out in the backyard. I've been making videos and they keep fucking getting deleted. Sorry, not deleted, they keep getting stopped because the phone runs out of fucking memory. And yeah, I know I should delete off my old videos. But like, I delete off my old videos every day, basically. And I don't film that much. Like, the videos that I had to delete off totaled maybe 2 or 3 hours of video total. Like, I think part of it's these phones take giant ass fucking videos. Anyway, this is like the 18th attempt, and I went for a fucking walk in the backyard to smoke a little bit and chill down while hanging out in Ghost Rider. I decided to like do this intro thing walking up to it because this is cool. Fucking dope. This is the hangout spot, by the way. I fucking watched a movie in the chair last night, and dude, I don't know if the chair on the other side wouldn't have been better in some ways or whatever, but like, I like sitting on this side of the car while hanging out and whatever, as opposed to sitting on the other side. I don't know, it always seems weird sitting on that side. I think it's because growing up, you ride on this side of the car. Usually, at least I did. Makes sense to me. In addition to that, though, you could park this wherever and have the view out the fucking, giant sliding door. That's the thing I think is really cool about these minivans that, like, a lot of people don't talk about them, is that they all have the bitchin' fucking doors. They are, it's like I'm driving a fucking Huey. I know it's not, but at the same time, I like it. And, I went to Costco today and got a bunch of water. And it's nice to have the cargo space. And I think that's the other thing that having the chair here is going to give me is I'm going to have a lot more cargo space having a chair here for groceries and whatnot or whatever. Like, I could put shit on the bed too, but like, all that water, I could have stacked most of it on this chair and then put a couple on the bed. And I don't want too much cargo capacity. That's not like a serious concern. But at the same time, I do need to, like, this needs to be a functional car. I don't know. I don't even really remember what we were going to talk about because, like, I got so involved with the walking up to the car shit. I think I'm going to make this an office, though. So, like, I'm going to have a place to put my computer. So, like, when we're on the road or whatever, if I have Starlink, I'll be able to just hit the live button from this seat. That should be pretty cool, I think. I'm going to take that thing out and I'm going to build something new in, and it's going to have a spot to put a laptop. And I'm going to build it bigger than the laptop that I have, because I'm going to replace that thing eventually, probably. Although I don't know with what, because I love it. Like, I have a MacBook from 2013, and it's dying a slow death, I'm guessing. I need to refurb it. We'll do that eventually. I have so many other fucking things I need to spend money on, it's not even funny. Like, that helmet has cost almost no money, right? Except the last two chunks that I need to get for it are a $100 mount and a $2,000 PVS 7. Those are going to hurt. But in reality, there's a lot of utility shit on that helmet other than the night vision. So, I don't know. I wanted to make a helmet. That's kind of like I wanted to make a Mad Max minivan. And honestly, it's one of those that this idea occurred to me a long time ago. And the idea is basically that you can get a minivan really cheap. And once it's super cheap, it becomes interesting because you could just cut half of it away and start doing crazy shit to it. Like, go look at anyone that ever did anything with hot rods or choppers or whatever. That's what I'm doing to this minivan. And what I'm telling you is with the shit we're living through, go get yourself a cheap-ass minivan and make it a bitchin' camper one. And, like, have that as your daily driver to get good gas mileage and cargo capacity for getting groceries and whatever. And if, you know, the shit hit the fan or whatever, you can live out of this fucking thing pretty easily. Like, I watched that movie in here last night, and I could have just hung out in here all night. And this is, you know, half of the van life, people, is, you know, it's kind of fun hanging out in the van. I like talking to you people out here anymore, anyway. I dig it. I'm not saying you should be a van life hobo or whatever. That's not my plan. My plan is to have that in the back pocket at all times. You know, that's considerably better than a lot of options. And if you have a vehicle rigged for it, you know, so much the better. I saw a guy with a cool pickup and a trailer parking down someplace down the street. Wonder if he's gonna be staying the night there. He had a '69 Ford pickup, just like my grandfather's. I stopped and said, "Nice truck," and it was beat to shit and shit, whatever. And I don't remember exactly what he said back, but I was driving this thing, so like, I don't know. I dig that this car is much nicer than it appears. If that makes any sense. For what we're going through, shit hit the fan wise, I don't want people fucking with my vehicle. And I'm gonna have my vehicle to where, like, it is scary, which will scare some people off from touching it. It's cool, which will scare some people off from touching it just because they're like, yeah, I don't want to fuck with that one. That was a cool one. And then there's it's a fucking cheap-ass minivan factor. Now, with some of the shit I'm having bolted to it, it's probably going to attract some attention. This is in a nutshell wise. I start to get that shit. An alarm system is going to get put on this thing. And, you know, there's going to be a lot of shit dumped into this eventually. I don't think I'm going to put an alarm system on it if it just has a solar panel and a fridge in it. Although the Blue Eddy thing is kind of worth some money. I might build that in such a way that it's fucking hard to take out. That's doable. I want to make this van to where, like, I don't lock the doors on this van because I don't need to. And, like, some of that is I will, generally speaking, be in proximity to the van at most times. But some of it is there's no way you could get anything of much value out of it. And if you did, I'll figure it out somehow. And, like, the van is going to be looking like Boba Fett mixed with fucking some, I don't know, Old West bounty hunter. I don't know. I'm hoping that alone scares off a lot of people. You know? Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm just attracting attention or whatever. But, like, I don't really give a fuck. It works for the cops. The cops leave this car alone. To a cop in today's day and age, all this car is will this person pay their fucking fines? Nope. Will this person even appear at court? Nope. So why am I bothering? Are they really breaking the law? What are they doing? Oh, they have a headlight out. Okay, well, fuck it. I'm not fucking. Oh, and on top of that, now it's painted camouflage and has a Boba Fett sticker on the back of it. So the crazy person who won't show up at court is probably armed. This is exactly what cops see when they see my minivan. Given the state of law enforcement in America and their cowardice, this is how you should be. This is my opinion. Fuck the police. You know, my girlfriend had a tattoo that was all cops are bastards. All cops aren't bastards, but all cops in America today are cowards for the most part. Like, I hate to throw everybody in. Like, I know some cops that aren't cowards. They exist still. They're stupid motherfuckers. You should find a new profession. You know, I would highly encourage you to get into the private military contracting or criminal organized crime industries. Like, one or two of those would welcome you with open arms, probably. I think that's kind of the reality of the situation, is basically that the Democrats made it to where there are no police, and even the police that do exist, they aren't real police. They aren't going to do shit about it. They'll write a report about it afterwards. It's everything we've always said about you're on your own times 100. That's how I kind of feel about, you know, society now. This is in a nutshell why we're building the Ghost Rider, and we're going to go pick some middle of nowhere bumfuck Oklahoma and go camp out. I just found out Bear Independent is in fucking Oklahoma. I never knew that. I've been watching that fucker for forever, but it's always been like I'm not subscribed to him. He pops up in my feed from time to time, and it's a video about something. So I know there's other people there that watch Bear Independent and shit. It's cool to see other people in Oklahoma. I don't ever really organize with anyone because I like hanging out with Matt and the guys, and I do my own thing. I've always done my own thing, and I kind of think I'm going to keep doing my own thing. I figure that my mobile, you know, whorehouse / blacksmith shop on wheels for the apocalypse is going to be popular. You know, blowjob and a knife for whatever. That's my plan in essence. You're looking at my Mad Max caravan vehicle to make shivs and give head. Hopefully, like, I'll have a companion in this endeavor of some sort, but oh, it's gonna make sleeping awkward with a twin bed. I really don't know, you know. Like, in reality, sleeping two people in a full bed in a van is gonna suck anyway. That's what I was saying before, is basically you could have this seat laid all the way back here and just sleep there, sleep another person pretty easy. And you could take turns, one gets the bed, one gets that, and then swap. Yeah, that's just doable. And I'm setting this up as a solo primarily. Like, if I have a significant other with me, we won't be living out of this thing. It'll be, you know, a couple weeks at the most. Go someplace cool. I need to get this fucking boat fixed up so it can be hauled behind this thing. It'd be badass to have, like, this thing be the launch vehicle for my pirate ship. That boat is my uncle's. It is called the Sharby. His daughters were Shelby and Darby. She sets sail October 31st. For Russia. I'm joking. It has a plug in the bottom of the boat that's missing. I think we have it someplace. I think you just go buy one too, but you gotta admit that the sliding doors are badass. Like, there's not a lot of vehicles that have that style of door like a helicopter. I guess there are, the bigger vans do too. But I don't like the bigger vans. And here's my thing with those, is basically like, I don't need that amount of room. Look at what I'm doing here. I have a driver's seat, passenger seat / storage area, office, bed is going to be here, storage and kitchen. Like, I'm not going to be hanging out in here. If I am going to be hanging out in here, I'm going to be sitting in that chair. That's kind of what I've come to the conclusion of hanging out in this van. And this is why, like, I'm glad I started fucking around with this before I started going crazy on modifications. I think this chair, not putting it back in, may not have been a wise move. I made that call because it was very difficult to get out. I was like, I don't think we're going to be using it. We might want a chair, and I thought that that could go in either location, so I just saved the good one. Oh well, but it works on that side really well. And honestly, I'd want the bed to be the cargo area for groceries. So that works for that too, really. And then you just have overflow cargo area if you need it. This thing, I'm gonna have to cut out. That's the only reason it's not gone. Once that's gone, you guys are still there. Once that's gone, this van will be much better for my purposes anyway. The driver's section, I'm really not going to modify that much. I'm probably going to put the cover back on that DVD thing. And I'm probably going to get rid of that tray because it kind of sucks. I don't know. I might keep that. I need something built in right in there to be like a command center for this chair, because I want a place to put a laptop. I said that earlier, but like, I don't know, I think that makes sense. I went into this video without a plan of what to talk about, so we're just kind of circling the van and talking about the shit that I want to talk about. I'm pretty certain now that I'm going to do a twin bed where those waters are. Pretty certain that chair is going to stay. Beyond that, the world is our oyster on this thing for the most part. The blacksmithing shit that I would like to do is all up on the front. See if yeah, there's no way I can get a good shot of the front, but up on the front bumper, there's a lot of room to attach shit. And I kind of figure that there's going to be room around the winch and lights and whatever. I'm going to attach a piece of railroad track that I have for an anvil and a small vise. And then I'm going to have some sort of a tool kit in here and have a, there's the bandsaw table that I have. I'm going to get a bandsaw, I think, to go on the front of the car too. Because like, that's really, really handy. So if you had, you know, the bandsaw, all that forging stuff, and then a bag with like a sander and a drill of some sort, angle grinder, like a very small select power tool kit that could be recharged by the van's power system is gonna really, really make the blacksmithing shop on the front end of this thing a more doable thing. I don't really need that shit, but it comes in handy. I find that because I think from a perspective of I am in a blacksmith shop, whenever I am not in a blacksmith shop and working through problems or whatever, like making shit or whatever, I find that I want things like a vise and a bandsaw and whatever. So I'm trying to get that out into the middle of the woods, because I figure whatever I'm going to be doing is probably going to involve fixing shit. I'm really, really good at fixing shit and making shit. You know? My old boss and I used to joke around with fucking CAG guys that came to us to get fucking cool shit. That they always wondered how we got cool shit. And we both joked with them that, you know, you're the tip of the spear. We make the spear. That's how we have cooler shit than you. Don't fuck with elves. Like, That was his thing. Like, we're magic elves. Yeah, like, that's really some pretty good advice. You don't want to fuck with the people that make your shit. They probably have better shit than you. Well, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, like, fusion of Ghost Rider vlog / Night Patrol. Ghost Patrol. So I'm going to call this Ghost Patrol 1. Doo-doo-doo. Ghost Patrol. That's weird as shit. There's something in the camera going in and out of those trees over there that's not there in real life. Maybe it's seeing bats and birds and shit that I'm not. That's weird. Anyway, weird note to end on. Possible UFO in Tulsa. Ghost Patrol, episode 1. Doo doo doo.